Greetings. Elder Blacklight. Let's get right to it. This is a map of the planet. These red dots are the colonies and the occupation of the United States or America. Now I know why they call it. At one time they used to call it the United States of America, and then they switched and started calling it America. Now they call it the Greater Imperial America because they are ruling almost the whole planet. You see how they over in the motherland. Now look how they got all of this. Those are military bases and colonies all over here, all over in Africa. Now all of this is really, at one time, was Africa. And the red means what they control. All out here in the ocean. Those dots that look like they're in the water are unoccupied islands and pieces of land. So they have expanded their operation, and how did they do it? By just coming over and taking over. Now, we're going to talk the difference between black mothers and Caucasian mothers. What's the difference? Okay, Caucasian mothers groom, not all of them, but a majority of them. The middle class and the upper class groom their boys to be conquerors. So they got schools, military schools that they put them in. West Point, and they probably got, I can't name them all because I don't know them all, but they got schools for leadership. In some branch or some kind of occupation, they got leadership classes. Now in the Nation of Islam, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he knew the setup of the Caucasian because they took the sit-up or stole the sit-up from us. See, it's two worlds. In the early stages of the growth of the original man, this is the world that we were trying to conquer, the inner world, which we had done. That's why today they know about these PowerPoints. And we know how they work. The Caucasian, he's beginning to know them too. But no matter how much he know about them, there's some elements within the black man that he don't have. And if he don't have them, he can't control them. He don't have them, but the black man got. But our woman, at one time, she knew this. You know, she knew about different elements, and she was grooming her children to be a certain way. We lost that on how to groom our children, and we turned the grooming over to the slave master. See, because mating is a science. You know, mating is a science. You breed. Breeding, it's just like breeding. They call it mating, though. There's a better word for it, but they still, you know, in some cases they call it breeding. And they know how to get superhuman or super qualities, you know, over generations. They can groom super beings or supreme beings. And Master Farad's father knew, because he was from the circle of the gods. See? This is supreme wisdom. At one time, Mr. Farrakhan had a tape out on how to make a god. And he was breaking down the breeding technique. Now, he stopped teaching from that. At least I haven't heard it. I got that tape. At one point in time, Mr. Farrakhan, when he came back from being with Wallace, Wharf Dean, he started kicking out some pretty good knowledge. He wasn't kicking out the whole thing, but he was kicking out the necessary things. Some of the necessary things that we need to, as far as knowledge, that we need to grab a hold to. And then, you know, that train of thought is not dominant in the Nation of Islam today. So, even though the Nation of Islam has supreme wisdom, they're not, at this point in time, utilizing it. They're not manifesting supreme wisdom. Because they only working half the time. You know, the FOI, y'all know y'all ain't working. Y'all ain't working full time. Y'all working part time. Because the other part y'all giving right back to the slave man. See, y'all done got content. See, when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad say, put yourself in heaven at once, good home, good friends, in all parts of life, in all walks of life, and good cars and this and like that. That's where y'all stopped at. Once y'all got that, y'all didn't want no more. But he also was trying to groom rulers. He said, because you're going to take, he said, you know, y'all going to rule one day. So he was trying to establish a rulership, a line of rulership. And y'all stop. Now, y'all ministers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Only thing y'all worried about is teaching on Wednesdays and uh, Sundays and whatever, Fridays. But y'all not grooming. Y'all not grooming. And, this is why, you know, most of us are being numb to certain things that we need to do. I just woke up to that. I said, no, where we at now? Where the nation at now, as far as progress concerned? Because we did let Wharf Dean destroy it, but it's been 45 years and we haven't put nothing in place yet, put nothing back together again. Except we saying we loyal to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So our other people, the people that's outside the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, they don't take us serious. They don't take this serious. Because it don't seem like we really serious. So I'm going to come back with part 2. I'm going to call this the counterattack. Black light.